Swift only introduced its new Elegance range in February, so it's perhaps not surprising that changes for 2015 have been kept to a minimum. That's not to say that nothing has changed, of course. There have been tweaks throughout, and there are 3 new layouts: the 530, the twin-axle 630, and this, the 565, which features the popular twin fixed bed rear washroom layout. There are hitch steps to help you clean the front of the van, ATC anti-snaking control for the Alco chassis, and practical new additions for 2015, including standard wheel locks and wiring provision for a motor mover. Here's a cutaway of the body shell. Although the entirely timber-free Smart HT construction is relatively heavy, its benefits are obvious. It's designed to prevent water getting in, but even if it does, there's nothing left to rot, because there's no wood in there. There's only these GRP inner and outer skins, the styrofoam insulation, and polyurethane blocks, whilst the floor features a plastic honeycomb to aid with the structure. Inside, seasoned Swifters will notice one big change, and that's this new wood grain, which is a bit greyer and at the same time a bit more contemporary than the old style. But if you want something a lot more modern, there's the Sterling brand, which offers the same 565 layout. Even with the worktop extension up, the kitchen isn't huge, but there are no quibbles about the equipment levels. A dual fuel 4-ring hob, separate oven and grill, microwave, omnivent and a Dometic fridge with removable freezer. There's not a huge amount of storage space, but I do like these solid worktops, which the Swift engineers tell me you can just sand back and refinish if they get scratched or marked. If you're used to having lots of guests in your van, it might feel a bit snug around these sofas. They're a touch short for anyone except kids, but they do make a decent double when they're put together. No complaints about the atmosphere in here though. Isn't it lovely and bright? And that's largely thanks to that large fixed sunroof. It'll be just as pleasant at night too, thanks to the carefully considered LED lighting. For most buyers, these fixed twin berths will be the main event. They're ideal if you've got teenage kids who no longer want to share a double, or for couples who don't want to disturb each other when they go to the loo at night. I'm 6'3" and I'm just about okay on this near side bunk. Luckily my wife's rather smaller than I am, so she can have the offside one, which is a bit shorter. And they're really comfortable, thanks to these memory foam mattresses. There are lockers above the berths and, as in the lounge, big storage spaces beneath with separate access doors. As you might expect, the 565 has a fine washroom. It's pretty roomy, and I particularly like the way you can have a sneaky peek at the van's clever structure in this cupboard. There's a towel rail warmed by the Aldi wet central heating, and even a couple of speakers so you can listen to the radio as you shave. The shower room's good. It's long enough, there's an Eco Camel shower head, but being ultra critical, it is perhaps a bit narrow. Or then maybe I'm just a bit wide. At around £25,000, the 565 comes up against some pretty stiff opposition, including a couple of twin axles such as the eldest Super Cyclone. But it's hard to see it being anything other than a hit. We ran its sister van, the 570, for 3 months and found it a joy to live with. The addition of a fixed twin layout can only broaden its appeal.